All right, I know some people have not heard this testimony again, so I wanted to repost it. I've had to stay to my phone for a minute, but I basically was reposting a tweet I made on April 9th, 2019. For those of you who don't know, that was the same year I got admitted to the hospital. I had already, my neurologist at the time already had a feeling I was dealing with neurosarcoidosis, but they were afraid to do a brain biopsy to determine that. And they would have me in and out on medication. And finally got to the point, my hearing wasn't like I could be right in front of a student, but if there was background noise around me, I couldn't hear them right in front of me to the point I couldn't walk in heels. Like my balance was off. And my headaches, which was what caused them to give me the initial diagnosis, got worse and came back with a vengeance. To the ringing, to the point I would lose speech. Well, one day I lost speech in the middle of teaching. Well, not even middle teaching, was the beginning of class. I immediately went to the health room. They checked me in. I went down to the hospital. And the only reason why they checked me in the hospital, sadly, was because I had a seizure. I checked in at 12 o'clock that afternoon. Didn't get they did not check me in until I had the seizure. Like, they finally brought me to back almost 8 o'clock. I don't remember. I just remember talking to the doctor and then waking up in the hospital room and asking my mom what happened. She said, Ryan, you had a seizure. You're going to be here for a minute. Well, they would have what is called a case manager from Blue Cross Blue Shield, who is pretty much a nurse who would follow up with you to make sure that everything is okay, that you're getting the meds that you need, that you're getting the treatment you need, that you're doing whatever you need to do to progress from a big surgery. And she made this comment and I tweeted it out, and it was a testimony of God, because they ended up having to do a brain biopsy to really determine, is this neurosarcoidosis. Again, I checked it in the hospital around January 29th, and then checked out probably around Valentine's Day, a little bit afterwards. And then I ended up going back to work in March. And now, honestly, y'all, if I do that over again, I wouldn't have went back to work. I was under the impression that because I ran out of sick days, I had to go back to work. Well, come to find out, I had short-term and long-term disability that would have kicked in if I would have been out of work for almost a month. No one fully communicated that to me. Yeah, that's gonna be a chapter in the book. But again, because I was sharing with another, she was a mom at the school, and when I shared her my surgery, and she said, "Why are you here? You shouldn't be back at work. You have major brain surgery. You should not be back at work." And it was a testament of the grace and the mercy of God. But I do believe sometimes you have to sit home and heal. You have to sit and heal. So just bask in God's goodness, and just want to encourage some of you just to believe God. I don't care what the circumstances are saying. I don't care what things are looking like. If you know God, that's one of his promises, is healing. And be honest with you, it may not come in the matter or form you expect it to. Like I was expecting when I checked out from the hospital, I was going to immediately receive my healing, brain biopsy, brain mass gone. It did leave, the brain mass did leave. There was like smaller masses and then bigger masses that covered it. The bigger mass, I'll admit, went away probably 6 months after I got out of the hospital through a miracle of prayer. And then the actual smaller masses dissolved as of 2023. Because this is 2024, 2023, when I had a brain scan done, they saw no masses. So it may not come in the timing you want, but don't let go of God's promises.